Hello, this is Alechius, and welcome back to episode 7 of Automation Kiev Motors. I was a little bit disappointed with the trim we had last time. I went ahead and deleted it, experimenting a little bit. And I lost my experimental save. So, here we are, getting ready to design a new engine. Although crunching the numbers, practicing a little bit, to find something that puts out the kind of scores I'm more pleased with, came up with a new inline 3. I'm going to try to recreate what I had in the save I did lose. Oh, I think it was around 800 cc's, I want to say. We'll go slightly over. I don't remember what it was exactly, but we'll do this. This will be the car we make, or the engine we make. That's 63 by 84, 2 valve overhead push rods. The reason I use the OHV, if you go out here, says V for the valve train. I just use their nomenclature. I'll go in, it's going to be cast, full bore length. Oh, we're going to want something around 0.8, something around 30. Single barrel, eco carb, standard, regular leaded. Ignition timing we'll leave alone. It'll be fairly low on the RPM limiter. Minimal, none, smallest. Alright, we start off with 25 horsepower. We have a little bit to work with. 49. No. Now let's lock this in place. Take a look. Get a little bit more advanced timing. But if we do that, we lose fuel efficiency, even though we get better throttle response. No effect on performance. Or we can go a little bit low on ignition. Actually gives us better fuel efficiency, but we lose a horsepower to the performance. Fine with the cam profile. Doesn't hurt it too much with it. Be able to reverse and find out how that works. So a little bit higher cam profile. A little bit higher ignition timing. Get a significant improvement in performance. Better throttle response. A little bit less smooth. And negligible change in fuel efficiency. We'll keep that change. I'm actually pretty happy with that already. A bit higher RPMs, but we don't want to drop the reliability too much. That gives us a little bit more leeway. Let me take a drink while we listen to the engine. goodness. It sounds like an i3. You can hear not the automatic manual. You hear the ticking. Oh, such a tiny. Doing once more over. Make sure I'm happy with everything. So this ends up being a 08 budget 26. That's only one engine. We'll have a second one for the budget model. I know this is gonna be crazy. I've talked it over with some other people, and it might be broken. We're not sure. This is a lawnmower engine. Alright, that looks good. Just under 400 cc's. This will be our i3 cc 50 by 67 2-valve overhead valve. Now we're totally using push rods for these things. Cast. Full bore, full stroke. The other one was doing 7.1, so we'll stay there. And profile of 30. Let's start. Little barrel eco. Clean out the fuel mixture. Ignition. Timing will leave. Start at 5. Cast. None. And there we go, about 13 horsepower. Things we want to do, we have some leftover. Let's lock it, see if we can do a lower timing. Hurts the high end, but we're not really using that. And helps with fuel efficiency. Go one more and see how that does. Yeah, and that hurts too much. Oh, we'll revert. Oh yeah, I didn't save it. Go for 7.3. Then maybe add just a little bit. See if we can push it a little bit further. Yeah, I'd remembered something about that. See how that looks with everything else. Add it about here. Yeah. We do all of these changes. End up with slightly less fuel efficiency. Better top end. Okay. Well, if we lengthen this one out, yeah, we're taking more hits on the reliability that I want. This is actually such a small engine that it's not limited by exhaust. The header is the only thing that hurt it. Like we could have 14, but we're not going to do that. Really, how much of a difference does that make? $3 more, slightly more production time, better fuel efficiency. A bit louder, don't care about that. Better performance. Do we do the shortcast? I think we do. It's $3 more. So that makes this the 04 budget 14. And now I'm curious about the 26. Go to the exhaust. It is restricted by the headers. We put headers in there, 4 pounds more. Helps the fuel efficiency, $4 more. And then our restriction is the intake, but we take a hit if we go to anything else. For what is essentially 1 more horsepower. 2 if we go to DCOE, but that's expensive. By comparison. 270 to, yeah, it's an extra $60. So yeah, I think we'll do the better exhaust system and we'll up to 27. Now we go to our actual model. And what we were looking at was the smallest. We're looking at a difference between 2.03 or 1.99. An option to place it in the rear, the engine in the rear. Or, no, the option to put the mid-mounted engine in this one. Only front or rear on this one. Cargo volume is much less. How does that translate over here? 1,600 liters or 1,200. 1,200 or 1,300. Cabin size is bigger. Track width is bigger. Drag is better. With the mini car. That's what decided it. Body editor was down there at the bottom. This is a small saloon. This is the mini car. So we're going to go with the mini car. I'm not sure that was the one I was using. We're going to switch to monocoque for the chassis type. That just opens up so many options for us. We're going to do the double wishbone. Because the comfort really helps a lot for all the categories we're looking at. We'll select the existing engine. We'll use the tiny engine. Grab our sedan. See if we can morph it any smaller. Or sort of looks like a bubble sedan, like the Jetsons. Don't be cramped in there. The morphables that we have. Really don't need any engine space. Take care of the rest of that later. I'm gonna want this. Actually, let's duck out what we are looking to aim for. But it won't give me something until it's built. That's probably front wheel, probably automatic, 2 gear. We won't know the speed till later. Open diff. Do cross ply, hard long life. Cheaper. Material costs are actually identical. We might do comfort then, or medium. We'll take a look, see how it looks when we get there. Okay. Those tires look like they fit. I know it's a 10-inch rim, and it fits on this car. That should give you an idea of how tiny this is. Probably gonna want single shoe for how small this car is. Try to keep it as cheap as possible. So full cooling. Basic none. None. I think we're going to standardize around the standard 50 safety. Standard twin tube. Seeing we already have good scores. So what we're looking for this was family budget, I believe. Pin it on there. We'll tweak it some. Let's start with the wheels. Compound, because it just ends up being less drivable. It is no more expensive, whereas switching to radials would be. We'll go with that for now. Yeah, we don't want a core differential. Let's go with yeah, because we're really deep in there. So that's a ton of overdrive. Maybe 5.8. We're asking for more overdrive. Asking about 72.3. Car that goes 53. I think we can sacrifice a little. Not too much. We'll go with 68 maybe. And let's shorten this up. It goes from 10 horsepower to 6. 10.5 to 6.5. 6.5 to 7 almost. There we go. 7 horsepower to shift gears. 7 will be half of the peak horsepower. Or is it the torque curve? No, it says horsepower. We have losses. I don't think I'd ever noticed that before. That there's losses going through the gearbox. Yeah, with a manual you have more. Huh. 'Cause you're using some horsepower to power the automatic. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Go with the 68. Stay with that. Tires will definitely soften the shoe. Or pad type, I mean. And split that difference. Maybe there. And then, nope, a little bit more. That really didn't gain us anything. So that's probably as good as we're going to get. 220.8. Changes to make on any of those. And you can see that adds a whole bunch of cost to it. We're down around 1400. Go for the utility trim or automatic. We'll try to tune the sway bar first. It actually seems decent for the roll rate. Brings a little bit more. Although again, it's so little. And the spring rate is appropriate. Will stiff in the back, but that's a big improvement. Hit up the dampers. No improvement. No improvement. No improvement. Improvement. Reverse. So that's about where it's going to be. Start by zeroing out the front camber. Then we'll do the rear camber. Then we'll do the front again. Ooh, poor terminal. Already fantastic score. Gonna compare that to my one. Actually better. Significantly. That's a crazy score as far as I'm concerned. But we are using there's some differences. Use old car. Use slightly bigger tires. Does cost more. But we can get to that drivability sweet spot. Slightly wider tires. Oop, wrong way. Go to 0.5, then we'll do the back. Get up to 352. And we can raise the suspension too much. For a nice even 353, and I think we're going to stay with this. Be our Model 1. I'll put on fixtures and come up with a name off camera. So that usually takes me a little bit. We won't export it yet. Sorry, my voice is a little bit rough today. We'll clone that out. That was our family budget. Now we're looking for city premium. Might be a little bit ambitious, but let's get our 27 horsepower engine. So powerful. We'll activate the morphables. Get some trunk space. Get some cabin space. Make it look sleek. Headlight. I might morph that off camera. If I find headlights that I can sink in there and I really like. Just for the up or down. With a sleeker look. Now let's leave it up and aggressive. For this one, we're going to stay with the front wheel drive, automatic. Look, we're already at 150. Keep everything else the same-ish. We'll start futzing with it a little bit. We want an overdrive. Well, they're faster. I have to establish the overdrive again. And we're hitting a peak. Portable. Let's drop it back down. Alright, 89.6 seems to be a sweet spot. From 21.15. Like 33, 1/3. I think we're gonna have to shorten it like the other one. 21 to 16. Loss of 5 horsepower when we shift gears. Do I have any desire for differential? Actually, yeah. Adds in that utility. Definitely switching to radials. Staying on the medium compound. Probably gonna want the tires to be. Oh, we're limited. Tire diameter. Increasing tire width will give us a little bit more leeway. And rim diameter, no bueno. No, I'm not going to reduce the diameter. That's the maximum size tire. 500 millimeter diameter. That's just silly. Alright, with the heavier engine up front. I know, 800cc is so much heavier. I need some brakes. Go a bit large in the front. We can reduce the pipe. It's very expensive usually. Oh, wrong way. Use the pad type a little bit. Oh, look at that. Stronger pad. Okay, 25 it is. And she'll be a bit overbraked. Just tweaking that to find the sweet spot. Gives us a little bit more fuel economy. Actually, that it really hasn't hurt reliability yet. Oh, yet. It actually has. 95 is a 0.1 on both. It hurts utility as well. Not that utility is really desired. 1.8. Oh, no, off road. Yeah, utility is not even on there. But it helps in some of those other categories. So we'll leave it. Interior wise, I think we're going to go with standard. Really not benefiting them. I was going to give them a little bit of an interior. He values the budget category though. It's so many categories. How's this a convertible? 20% penalty. Yeah, and this is such a big engine with rear wheel drive. Yeah, I'm totally looking at that right now. Certainly isn't a muscle car. Let's put them in, even though they hurt. See how this affects things. Get a family sport category. We even hit the premium category. Or budget. For the sake of hitting those other categories, I think I'll do it. Not a huge hit. Do hydraulic steering maybe. Steering time is not too bad. We recover most of our points with that. Standardizing on standard 50s. Aggressive engineering time, not bad. It's good for comfort. Now tweaking everything. Gonna want some negative camber in the front. Get bad terminal behavior. We'll have to fix that. Different front springs will help. Which gets us right about where we want on spring rate. Oh, they really like the stiff rear springs. It's a 0.1 change though. I'm guessing that's because the drivability bumps up. That is not the case for the rear dampers. Sway bars. Being an improvement if we go this way. Too much. And we're going to get off the drivability sweet spots. Increase the front. stay where the terminal behavior is good. There we go. Right into it. And right height wise, do we want more? Some benefit to it. Or about less? Actually, just affecting the drivability from the looks of it. Go modest. Correct that. Yeah, and we're right back up at 188.6, so we can lower it down a bit. Not like they're using this max load capacity. Bring it down to 1,200 pounds. 188.5, and we're starting to lose some of that. So let's take a look what the market's looking like. We're hitting fun premium. We're hitting fun categories that have very small markets. Family sport. I like it. We'll call this a good one. This will be our city premium, which I might rebrand that a little bit. We'll see. I want to look at the markets. Then we have our truck. Right? We're going to make a micro truck. Give it some cabin space. Doesn't need any of the rest. Alright, what are we looking for? The pickup truck. Definitely rear wheel drive. Definitely manual. Probably 3 gears? Not 4. That's too many. We want the power of the heavier engine. Gone too fast. Although we can probably lengthen out the spacing. Go with something like that. 22 to 20, that's barely any drop. Nice even power curve. A little bit of overdrive. They still want the entire last gear is going to be overdrive. Oh, that's fun budget. Get out of here. We're looking for utility. Utility. We'll target utility. Well, it'll probably end up being utility budget. Off-road 2. We'll get that set up. And they want that entire drive. They want the reliability. They do care about fuel economies. 4%. Earning the utility though. We'll do a compromise. We'll do yeah, with utility being 22%, I feel like we're probably going to benefit by having it higher from the gearing. 224 miles to the gallon, 16.2. All right. Definitely want the differential to the truck. Yeah, it gets hurt. Automatic doesn't work out. Widest tires we can. Rim diameter doesn't help. Not surprised there. We're not widest, largest tires. 26, 124, 29, 31. Not going to do the chunky off-road. 7. Guys want tiny little... I'm doing 120s. I'm not going lower than that. Well, actually, that looks reasonable for it. Brakes, we'll do the 2-shoe up front, or maybe not. Yeah, we can minimize the disc size. Seriously. Again, with the over braking. I guess for heavy loads, makes sense. Go with 64. Skid tray we'll leave off. Heavy. Lose the amenity. Lose the power steering. Won't be necessary. Strings? Guess we'll keep them. Let's adjust the suspension. And forward camber all. Negative camber. Lower spring rate is desired. Both front and back. Significantly. Surprised because then that reduced the load. £1,400, 1,600. Leave the front damper or rear springs up at the higher end. Damper ways we're looking at this sway bar. Wow, an improvement down that low. Just don't want sway bars. Except in the front. Okay. Who might argue? That's the camber again. 158. Again, an improvement over what I was doing on my own before I lost the save. Ah, we have wheel spin. Let's go with a higher top speed. Man. We just do... it's going to be tough to get offset. Bring it back up. That becomes an overdrive gear. That's a lot to adjust with just camber. Yeah, I don't think we can make all that offset or rear offset. Yeah, that's just too much. So let's rebalance the size of the tires. Perhaps too much. Okay, we're about right there. At 160. With a little bit of wheel spin. Close up the gears, we'll fix that, and we have truck, which we're going to target to utility because it's more affordable. Then we get some off-road utility from it. And then, last but not least, going to do EL, which will be our light delivery van. Right? We're bringing back latest and greatest for the Grumble. But this isn't the Grumble model. Make it a little bit more lightweight. Too much. Really not too much. We'll leave it angled in. My experience, light delivery, they do like the front wheel drive. Keep the differential. Shorten up the tires. Yeah, we're probably going to need that offset. Oh, we bring up the... Oh, we're getting to that point. We're going to need to raise the tire width, get to where it needs to be. Brake wise, probably too much of it. Yeah, I can't fix that. New shoe. But 25. Really don't. Yeah, I can't even get close. Okay. 5, 6, 246. If I can find it. There we go. Aerodynamics, believe, like reliability, simple interior. No driver aids. Standard springs. Cheaper more. We'll go with regular springs. Oh, and I forgot. We're going to put the smaller engine in this. There we go. 4 terminals, so we're going to need to up the size. On the money. We're going to end up changing it anyways. Oop, not that way. Get rid of the offset when we do that, though. Think, yeah, because that's a very small load, so we're going to want the higher spring rate. Get it up to at least 1,000. Front doesn't matter. Do whatever we need to for that. 0.4 is pretty respectable though. Fix the dampers or whatever is appropriate. You want 7. And the van definitely wants a sway bar. 254, 8, 56. Alright. I think that's where our sway bar goes. For terminal behavior though. Your back tires. Always get these flipped backwards. Terminal behavior still. I think I'm not quite going to be able to get it to where I need it. Flipping around. Partly due to the size of this vehicle, I'm sure. Oh, oh geez, where was I at? Go minimal. And we have 217, 28, 34, 36, 37. There we go. Might be able to adjust that. Well, stiffer springs allow us a bit more leeway. Oh, way too much camber. Leave it. I'm not going to futz with it too much. Oh, I forgot the ride height. Alright, we hit the sweet zone right in there. 1,400 pounds. Bring some. Get closer to where we need to be. Still at 1160. 1130. Just the dampers. Yeah, I think that was going to happen. Offset will get us close. And I just need to flip the terminal behavior. Or lever carry. No problem. 1.5. There we go. Now we have our light delivery van. Oh, I didn't tune this. Goes to 55 miles an hour, solid, maximum 75. And to 7. Yeah, that's about as far as I'll go. $75, as far as I'll go. No wheel spin to worry about. And here's what the markets are looking like. Bank budget. Why? They're cheap. Look at 400cc. Anyways, with that, I am over on time, so I'll trim some of that out. I appreciate you staying till the end. Please let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Take care.